Hello, this is March 4th, 2012. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for all the futures market, from metals to like gold, silver, to crude oil, to natural gas, to commodity futures, and so forth. This is our normal disclaimer. This is for education use only. All charts you're going to see are from Thinkorswim, from TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com from Worden Brothers. Here are my contact details here for Patel at eiicapital.com. You could access our email module for multiple time frame buy and sell opportunities at ichimokutrade.com. Also, you could see videos and everything there, free access Facebook, Twitter, so forth, there at ichimokutrade.com. What we're first going to do is access our email module, which tells us the opportunities that are there. If you look here, each row basically represents two time frame buys and sells. The biggest opportunities we see right now, as you can see, there's three rows here, which is a possibility of a 5 to 6 time frame sell opportunity. It's in coffee, so we'll definitely pay attention to that. Also on the higher time frames, we got some buy opportunities, not on the daily, but basically on the 240, which are synced to the higher time frame too. So E-mini S&P 500 futures and feeder cattle are two that we'll also look at. But coffee looks like the biggest potential right now to go sell to the short side. Okay, so let's start and go through the charts. Remember, on the daily time frame is to your left and the weekly time frame is to your right. So let's go through and start looking for all the futures from the very beginning. Let's start with cocoa futures. If you look at cocoa futures, it's been bearish trending on the weekly time frame. Really not doing anything right now. It's basically doing a medium pullback, and you could see here on the daily time frame really doing nothing except consolidating. This thing is going to be interesting because if it breaks below 23.12, this thing really does have the potential of going through, retesting the lows, and getting down to about 22.42, which is the next support level there. Major resistance level is going to be 2,500 for cocoa futures. Crude oil, which has been the most interesting for most people, this basically is a bullish trend on a daily. It looks like a pullback here. That's occurring here, but really nothing on a weekly at all. Major support level is basically 103, which has to hold in order for this bullish trend on the weekly, daily to keep on going forward. Okay, that was right. Sweet crude oil. Cotton over here, basically, if you look at cotton here, it's being consolidating. It looks like it's trying to sit there and start going lower again. And if you look here on the daily time frame, it looks like cotton's starting to make a move to go down to retest that low. And if it's got one little barrier to break, which is right here at 87.57, if it could break that, this thing does have a potential of going down lower and going into the future. So definitely keep an eye on cotton as far as opportunities are concerned to go lower. If you look at the dollar index, really nothing going on right now. There's an opportunity here to sell, but nothing really much happened on that after all moving forward. So nothing really going on there, and you could see from the weekly, it looks like just a pullback level here. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens on this one. Major resistance level is going to be at 80. Major support level is going to be basically at 77.45. We'll come back to gold. Feeder cattle. Definitely keep a look at this one. This is bullish trending on both daily and weekly. Remember, this thing's been very, very strong moving forward and still going on very strong moving forward. There's a lot of momentum still in this thing, so watch out and keep your eye on that one. That's been the strongest of all the meat commodity futures out there. Lean hogs, really nothing going on at all. This is a gap and crap, as they call it, retesting the high right now, but the weekly is just basically one big mess as far as lean hogs are concerned. Definitely stick to feeder cattle for the opportunities on the meat side. If you look at copper, copper is really not doing anything except consolidating right now. Weekly time frames really not doing anything at all. It needs a major pullback level right now to about 3.6836. If it could do that and then make a run to the resistance level at 4, then it may have a potential of trending long term in the future, but nothing really going on right now. Heating oil, if you look right now, bullish trending as far as the daily is concerned. On the weekly, if you shrink this down, this thing's just been consolidating. It got to its major resistance level up here, really did nothing and just bounced off that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of days for this. If it makes a move to that resistance level, then it's going to have a chance to break it. But if it sits there, consolidates, or goes any lower, this thing's going to sit there and probably tank. The major level is going to be at 3.1727. Major resistance level is going to be about what is this major pivot there? 3.3165. Remember, if this breaks down lower and gets below 3.007, people are going to think that it's a weekly double top at the, on heating oil, and it's going to have a potential crashing. Coffee is the one that we had a multiple time frame sell. This looks very, very good. It's bearish trending to the downside. It looks like it's got more oomph to keep on going down. And if you really shrink out this chart, you can see the huge movement up and basically the movement down now that it's retracing. Remember, we've been talking about this for the last couple of months to keep an eye on this one. And finally, it's starting to make a move. It's been one of the ones that we've been paying attention to from the very beginning of this year. Lumber, if you look at lumber, nothing really going on as far as the weekly is concerned. It's at a major resistance level right now. Daily, you could see it started trending, hit a major block, pulled back, try to hit it again, hit a major block right now. Major resistance support level is going to be at 255. Major resistance level, which we're at, is going to be around 280. Live cattle, this has been okay. If you look at it, it's bullish trending on both daily and weekly. Feeder cattle still stronger than this one, but you know, this is second best according to the meat futures out there. Natural gas, as you can see here, is just consolidating on the daily time frame right now. It's bearish trending, still very, very strong as far as the weekly is concerned. This thing probably has about probably 3 or 4 months before this momentum starts to shift. But you never know what's going to happen in 1 month. It may have a potential breaking up if it keeps on consolidating. But if it keeps on going lower, this thing could sit there and have another leg to go lower. So be very, very careful. Focus on concentrated orange juice. Nothing really going on there, so we won't even talk much about there. Palladium. Nothing really going on there. It's consolidating as far as the weekly is concerned. The daily is basically bullish, but getting top heavy right now. This could be a possible double top, but it's got to break for 702 to confirm it. Platinum. If you look at platinum, it's bullish trending as far as the daily is concerned, and you can see it's overextended right now as far as the weekly is concerned. This thing definitely needs to pull back in order to sit there and start a healthy trend to go higher to 1900, and needs to pull back to about 1623 if possible, and then it can sit there and take its journey upwards. We already covered the full contracts for those. Gasoline. If you look at gasoline, it's been bullish trending as far as the daily is concerned. You can see the weekly is the same thing. Looks like a double top here. Way, way, way overextended. Definitely need to pull back. If you could pull back to about $3.02, that would be great. But it's got to pull back to at least $3.11, which is a minor support level that you could sit there and run into first. Major resistance level, of course, is going to be $3.40. Sugar. If you look at sugar, it's just consolidating as far as the weekly is concerned. Nothing really going on as far as the daily at all. If it breaks for 26, then it does have ability to go higher, but it's got to break for about 26.42, not 26. So about 26.50 is a major level it's got to break through. If it does, then it can sit there and start going higher and possibly get back to about 30 or and above, but that's asking a lot for this thing to do. Gold futures, these are mini gold contracts. Nothing really going on. You could see that daily and the weekly are just consolidating. A lot of people thought this thing was going to go to the moon, but they're definitely not at all. Resistance level, of course, is going to be 1800. Support level is basically going to be a 1600 moving forward. Silver. If you look at silver, silver's not doing anything. It's not even worth talking about, so let's just move on. 30-year Treasury bonds. If you look at 30-year Treasury bonds, it's bullish trending now. It's getting top heavy by consolidating here. It's setting up to be bearish right now as far as the daily is concerned. It's got to definitely break below this level here Actually, the perfect level it's got to break through below is 139. If it can, has a potential of going up to 132,14. Corn futures. If you look at corn, slowly popping up. It should be here any second now. I hope. Yep, there we go. If you look at corn futures, nothing really going on right now. It's really got to sit there and start going higher, but this thing's just consolidating, so not even worth talking about at all. 5-year Treasury notes. Bullish trending as far as the weekly is concerned, but getting top heavy here. A lot of people are viewing this as a double top here. Won't be confirmed until it breaks below 122,230. The daily just looks nasty, so it's not even worth talking about. Soybean oils. Bullish trending as far as daily is concerned. Now it's pulling back. The weekly just looks like one big mess, and it's actually at a major resistance that it basically hit into. Major support is going to be at 52.75 moving forward. Soybean meal. If you look at it, it's bullish trending as far as the daily is concerned. And if you look at the weekly, it had a huge movement up, and we're just now hitting a major barrier, which is up here moving forward. Okay, a lot of people are looking at this as an inverted head and shoulder, where there's one head and there's another shoulder, and basically it's going to look like it's going to go up. But if you shrink this down, there's nothing really going on here except this thing is just ranging between this big long range right there as far as weekly is concerned. So you could view it as head and shoulders in there, but it doesn't say it's going to start a trend. This thing's just consolidating between a huge big range. 10-year Treasury notes. Bullish trending as far as the weekly is concerned, looking nasty on the daily to point it's not even worth discussing. Oats here, if you look at it, it's just consolidating right now. Nothing really going on the daily at all. Major support level is going to be at 280. Major resistance level is going to be around 230. Wheat. Let's see what's going on with wheat. Nothing at all, so it's not even worth talking about at all. So again, here is my contact details. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or contact us at mpatel@eiicapital.com, or you could access any of our free resources at ichimokutrade.com. Thank you.